Good morning, good afternoon, back again, live streaming, and I will be trading my Pop Fun Challenge today with you guys. This is the second streaming session for today. I was streaming earlier for the London session, and I'm back here again to continue what we started yesterday. And we're back on gold, having a look at gold. So if you was watching the stream yesterday, I was here trying to get this buy, got the buy, and I got out. I think just after I got out, it did this. My stop loss was underneath there, so it just got out, and that was just after I got stream, right? So I was able to catch that move, and as you can see, it just pushed down, come back up. So I was right that there was a reversal attempt here. I was aiming for this supply zone at least. So it didn't really do that, and this morning I saw in the London session opportunity to try again, and I took that trade. So that was the trade this morning, main trade for this morning, this London session. So green day so far. Green day so far. I shouldn't really push it, but what I am trying to do now is stream at least twice, and therefore I can take more trades. But to be able to take more trades and not mess up my progress, I'm going to use a lot less size, especially during this period. There's a lot more volume. So that's where we are in terms of today. Just show you the trade. That's the trade there. Got the entry on the breaker structure, got it up to this supply zone and left it because I anticipated a pullback, and as you can see, pulled all the way back to my entry. It has gone up again, but this potentially could be a reversal to bring it back to the entry and maybe even through. I expected it to go up, which it did. It's hit the supply zone now, found some resistance. As you can see, this price point I marked out using support and resistance. Don't trade solely based on supply and demand. I take into account support and resistance. I take into account other ways of trading. So I use it as a place to be cautious of, if you like. So when I got into this move here, I was using it as a potential target, but there was resistance here as well, so that's why I got out here. Should have left the runner, but I was happy with the win, so I left it. Had another trade on DAX, and I'll maybe just do a quick market overview again before we get started. Got about 4 minutes before New York session starts, and I'm gonna start by just cleaning up this chart. So far, everything I have read has happened, and I need to look at it with new eyes with the new session. And what I see, let's start with gold. Okay, so from this view on the H1, we are trending up currently. Overall, still an uptrend, kind of stalled here. Did a bit of a pullback, came back and respected that previous high, so pushed down again, broke some structure from the uptrend. So potentially this is a current downtrend. So this is, even though this is a reversal, it's pulled back to that zone and looks like it's respecting it, getting ready to do another reversal to push it back. So if you're swing trading and you're getting in here, possibly try to get it underneath these lows to see if the back and forth continues, working it down. So that being said, argument for the sell is clear. It's reached the highs now. We got here where price broke out, this imbalance. You can see price getting underneath here. If it does, I would assume it goes to this price point. Still got this marked out, it's still relevant. So if I see price trading underneath here, I would assume this is a price point it's interested in. Using support and resistance, you can see that this was acting as support for this downtrend, came up here, acting as resistance, broke through it, and it never retested this zone after it broke it. So if it used it, if it tapped into it here and went off, then I'll be more inclined to think that this uptrend has legs. There's no real reason for it to come back, but as you can see, it's just slowing down, and we've got this inefficiency. Maybe wants to tap it, then go, don't know. So that's the argument for sell. It is quite low, it's pushing down. So maybe. And the argument for the buy is obvious. It's still in an uptrend for most of the year. Most of the year uptrend. So it's potential 50-50 in the middle. There's the top, there's the bottom. We're in the middle. Very difficult place to try to buy and hold a trade. So I'm happy with just the scalps. So that's what I've been doing recently. I typically don't hold trades anyway. I scalp it and get out. Enjoy my morning. Enjoy my afternoon. Gotta do some stuff with their kids and stuff like that. Quality time and all that. So I will be looking for another scalp. Let me just check quickly, make sure we're streaming. New York session about to start. Okay. Just gotta be patient and see what New York session wants to do. Does it want to continue this reversal here and continue going up, or is it going to reverse the London session price action and run the stop losses and the liquidity and the lows here? We're going to find out. That's the open. First 5 minutes. Let's see what happens. I'm going to check out a few other things. I'm going to have a look at EURUSD again. I feel bearish on EURUSD. It's got, yeah, there you go. Could probably take this trade. Let me see why I want to take this trade. Yeah, there we go. Equal lows. Did a reversal based on equal lows. I was looking at this and gold this morning. I said I don't like this setup because of these equal lows, and this is why. Essentially just pulled up into the supply zone, done a little reversal and it's coming back down. Does it come and run these lows? Don't know yet, but it is pushing down. Could take a small scalp there. Yeah, could take a small scalp. Actually, no, I'm gonna hold on. There's an imbalance here that price could react to. So scalp opportunity would have been from up here where it broke a structure. The entry would have been from idle entry. Pushes out, comes out, potentially continue, breaks the structure, tags into where it pivoted from, and it's pushing down, maybe to break the further lows here that it created. So argument for a sell, but I'm not going to jump in there. I'm not going to leave my stop loss up there or here, just too close to be taken out. And we may get a drive. Let's see what the H1's looking like. Yeah, it looks clean. It's 50-50. It could react from here to buy and continue, or it could drive down further. But like I said, you got that little imbalance there where price could react from here. So getting in here is way too late. Should have joined the party there. I'm not going to join in here. So I'm going to wait and see what happens with EURUSD for now. As you can see, it's shaping up to be very similar to gold. Got the little reversal. Let's zoom out a bit more. If you look at these two structures there, it's very similar. Let's clean all this up. I'll leave that one, that's relevant. That's still relevant, but it's being used. Another key price point up here. It's relevant, and you've got those highs, that's relevant. But I'm gonna clean this up for now. Alright, so we'll go wait and see if Euro presents something better, because this is right in the middle. I'm not jumping in for a sell or buy from here. I prefer to see it underneath here for a buy, and for a sell, ideally, well, we missed the sell, so I'm not going to jump in late. I'm going to force it. Let's see what else the market has to offer. Oh, interesting. So I was in a trade this morning with DAX and I bought it from here. This entry, pushed it up, and I got out there. I said on stream, I'm not just gonna hold it and wait to see what happens, you know, because it should pull back for break and retest, and everyone expecting the breakout again. Stop losses underneath here, it's very likely to take them out, and it's exactly what happened. So my entry, I'll show you again. That was a lovely exit. So my entry there, exited there, said I wasn't going to leave it to break even, which would have been here. I'm not going to leave the runner, pointless. And my stop loss was initially there, trailed it up, moved to break even, and I'm glad I did that. So reason being is because DAX is considerably high. I'm more inclined to sell this. One sec. Maybe a sell available here. Let me just need to zoom out a bit more. Can't remember why I marked this out. All right. Let's see what we could do with DAX. So really, DAX, using that price point, broke through it, should have used it as support. It's come back down here to use it as support. It didn't, it's broke through it. So it may then use it as support for the downtrend. Let's see if it wants to get up above it and continue pushing up, or it's using it now to push down. If it does, I would assume it gets down to 24,075 for the continuation. And again, very late to the party, the entry was up there where it broke structure. Yep. So entry was up here where it broke that H1 structure. See M5, there was something better. Broke it clean. Argument to see it come back up, to fit it and use it again. So broke it really clean. I used to have a trading method based on imbalances and stuff. I would expect price to come here and react, and that little scalp down would have got that for a move. But anytime I see like a clean break like this when price returns, I would expect it. Okay, so it used this pivot point, so it used this low here, didn't use that low, so that's fine. That's the same thing. So there's no real reason for it to come up, so the sell is justified. But again, selling it there, stop loss there is too easy. Start of New York session, I could see price just tagging there, even getting above here to tag there before it moves down or continues this uptrend. So getting too risky. If you're trading a trend, I guess you're good to do that, but I'm not going to jump in the middle. I want to be here at the tops. Being very selective. Being very selective. So I was looking at this maybe on stream yesterday actually. So FTSE was here, it was breaking underneath there. I said it needs to finish this, it needs to fill this gap before it goes anywhere. Pushed up against me, I was out before it did, glad for that. But now it's coming back down, looking like it wants to fill it again, but it's unsure. So FTSE, it's a no-go, I'm not touching it. It's giving all the signs that it wants to drive up higher, but it's got all this unfinished business, so I'm going to wait until this is cleared up before I could make a clear read on FTSE. But this here is a little reversal now. I said that this little peak here is not a reversal, gapped up. Possibly, yeah, weekend gap up, and this was Monday. There was a bank holiday, so there was no price action. This is a reversal. Traditional head and shoulders reversal, left shoulder, head here, right shoulder, respected the right shoulder, and it's pushing down. Arguably to fill that gap, but yeah, I can't trust this. It's not moving. It's just really look at it from zooming out. You can see it just going sideways. There's no trade there for me. Try to figure out what makes sense today. Nasdaq's like ripping. So that Nasdaq makes a lot of sense. But do I buy the tops there? I'm not sure. No, I don't buy that. I'm not buying that. It may just rip, but I'm not buying that. So yesterday, news reaction, pulled up, consolidated, trended down, and that's the reversal here. That was the entry London session. I wasn't really looking at Nasdaq, to be honest. I don't think it's going to move too far in the London session. And it feels, I think, yeah, that came at near the hour or two before the NY session. So how you doing? How you doing, Mohammed? Glad you are joining. Where are you trading from? What region of the world? Let's see. Nasdaq broke. What was I looking at? Okay, so it broke the trend. Yeah, I was looking for what hour it broke it. So okay. So I think I was looking at it here. Yeah, looking at it here. 2-3 hours of nothing, then it broke. Sometimes that's how it happens. All right, I'm gonna be patient. It looks like it wants to pull in to try to fill some of this before it goes. Looks like it, but I know this isn't a reversal, so it could just be a pullback, and it's gonna go off from here. It has, yeah, it has this high here acting as support, so it could do that now. Get a big drive out, then maybe come back later. Stop losses are definitely underneath here. If it breaks out, people will try to catch a breakout, leave the stop losses here. See it coming back underneath, tagging into this imbalance here, and maybe from there it goes up. So yeah, that's very tempting, right? For this breakout that's emerging, but I'm trying to stay away from impulsive behavior. So this is, for me, would be an impulsive read to try catch this breakout and see where it goes. I kind of know if it goes, it might be big and I might miss out on something, but I'm okay with that because it's just too impulsive. I don't want that adrenaline. I don't like those trades that make me feel like, you know, that gives you FOMO. I don't want to have that fear of missing out. I'm trying to stay calm and relax, and I already made some money today, so I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I need to do something that makes sense. So we're only 10 minutes, 11 minutes into the NY session anyway, so it's a bit early days as well. Okay, yeah, let's be patient. Welcome to the stream. Do you normally trade the New York session, or is it ideal for you to, you probably be able to trade both based on your region, right? Both the European and the NY session, right? Very tempting to get this breakout. We're gonna be patient though. Very tempting. I'm gonna be patient. Man, I might just divert my eyes from that. Just start looking at it. But yeah, so I could see Nasdaq breaking out. I want something a little bit more risk friendly, which this one feels like. I could get, like, if it gets underneath here, I would see it breaking through these lows. So I could get a small move there, but again, the risk doesn't make any sense. Getting in right at the bottom here, stop loss over there, just doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna wait, see what this session provides. I did say potential reaction from here, getting it so far. Let's see if it wants to give a little bit more, maybe break the structure. my systematic plays, there is no real systematic play right now. To get a buy, I would need to see, on the euro at least, I need to see price hold there, and in the next hour break above here, then I would say yes, gonna push up higher. But right now looks like it's maintaining its downward trend. Previous highs, previous high, previous high, previous high, disrespecting them. So if that's the case, it should break through this low and smash through. And maybe that's what it was supposed to do there, but pulled it all the way back, get everyone out, be sold from there, ideal place to sell it, and it's going to drive through. This is more tempting than the NASDAQ play, even though the NASDAQ play, once it goes, it goes. But I think it's more risk averse. Once it gets through this, question should be, where's the destination? Okay, so I marked it out already. One step ahead of myself. Let's clean this up a bit. That's still relevant. So these highs, equal highs up there. Makes sense. Very tempting now. Got a clear target in mind. Reversed here, pushed all the way back, filled this imbalance. If it was going to be sold, it should have been here. Pulled back, created liquidity, broke that, pushed up. So definitely a strong argument to see it continue breakthrough, and it's quite bullish. Tempted. Very unwise of me, but I'm going to take a small piece on this because I have identified a clear target. And even though my stop loss is going to be so obvious, I'm going to go for it. Quick buy on NASDAQ to see if we could get this breakout. Very risky trade in my opinion, but structurally it's sound. We have the support here, we have a target in mind to break out. So stop loss is just underneath. Let me just get that in place just in case NASDAQ does what it likes to do. 21,373. Let's just get a stop loss in and adjust it later. Let's see what we could get from this breakout. I really want to, yeah, that's perfect. But I'm only risking a small amount. I'm just giving it room to breathe. Just in case it wants to come and mess with the stop losses here. And then if it breaks out, then I can move it closer. I'll probably be out before moving it anyway. So let's see if we could get the breakout and adjust it like that. Let's see. It's more of an exciting trade, isn't it? Structurally, only thing that makes clear sense to me now. Got a clear target in mind. And let's see if we could get it to 21,476. Yeah, equal highs. As soon as it breaks it, I'll be out because I would assume it pulls back, and that's when my stop loss will be at risk, where it should be. It should be just underneath here. But when it breaks out, I can see it coming back. Let's see if we could catch the breakout first. 21,482. That's TP. See if we could get a better view of this. No. There is no real news today. It's nothing to shake the market. Maybe FOMC at 3, but that's just a speech. Unless they release something unexpected, I shouldn't see much of a market shaker. Let me just check again. Make sure I am referring to the right day. Yeah, nothing crazy. Tomorrow though. Tomorrow's gonna be high risk day. That's usually the case on Thursdays. I don't know why, but a lot of news due tomorrow. So definitely risk off tomorrow. Okay, let's see what's going on. There you go. As soon as I got in, slows down. Stop loss is still potential, and you got this imbalance still. So we'll see. Risky in that sense, but I knew the risk. I still went for it. Should have took this DAX one. That's cleaner. Reversal here. It's pushing down hard. Jumping for a momentum trade and try to run it down further. There's no reason it stops here. Nothing stopping it from getting to that price point I've highlighted. But it's almost there already. So the move is more or less gone. Can see it pulling back here, sold and go further, but that move's gone. That move's gone. Doesn't necessarily need to get there either. So not looking for a momentum trade. But I can see it getting down there. I can see it getting down underneath here and here. Nice gap in the market there. A lot of liquidity here. I think this was the Monday. Yep. So all of this sideward price action, unfulfilled orders in theory. See it pushing down, getting underneath here. Try to fill this gap. Let's see. Almost feels like Nasdaq's feeling the weight of it and it's playing around it, but I still expect a breakout. It's anything that makes sense. So I'll go wait for the breakout, then I'm out with Nasdaq. That'll be a nice quick win, which is essentially what I'm looking for. So I've got a very limited window to trade. I need to pick up my kids in about an hour, so probably need to end the stream. So pushing it a bit. Normally I trade with a systematic approach, look for structure, look for breaking that structure, like a reversal or pullback, and I'll scalp that. And as you can see, this isn't a reversal or a pullback, this is a potential breakout, but it has come from a reversal. So if it's reversed from, so this was liquidity, well, this was the overnight session, didn't move, pull back into the zone, reverse here and it's pushing. And if it's reverse from origin being down here, and it's been trending up since, you just need to consider where it's going and the targets. So, I mean, it's all the way there already, so might as well go through. So reverse there, pushing up, targets being up there. Long term, don't know how long that will take, but I see it getting up there. But short term is these equal highs here, where it put in another reversal. So consolidated, broke out, reverse here, pushing back up here, it's filled all of this inefficiencies, try and get above it. And that's why I am in the trade. I consider be risky, because that seems to be the main target. Got pulled down. Hopefully it doesn't stick around until market open, and market open drives it all the way down here to tag into here, then go, which is what happened yesterday. So same setup, we had the equal highs here. I was looking at it here, I said, yeah, I can see that for buy. And then it drove all the way down, tagged into the lower demand zone here, which is a swing low. If you zoom out, you see there's a swing low, there's a swing low. It created a swing low by dipping into that. So essentially this is the same thing. This is a pullback. This should be a swing low. What I don't want to see is it pull all the way down here, tags here, then goes. And as I'm talking, I think we've got some price action. All right, so getting ready to exit. It's already started doing what I wanted it to do. And as I said, I'm not going to stick around because I can see it coming back down. So let it drive. It'd be good if it gets a TP, breaks that high. 21,482, and that's what we're aiming for. Close there, 21,470. Looking for 82 and really exit. Not too concerned about the value of this. I have been just taking small trades. I have been increasing the account slowly. It's more about reading the position, discipline, and managing my risk right now. Slow down. I was hoping for more aggression than that. Definitely a pullback, isn't it? Let's see where the H1 started from. Okay. It's just the thing when you get that breakout, you usually get some kind of retest before it goes again. I don't want to stick around for that retest. That retest could just dip underneath and go against me. Let's see what happens. Hopefully it just goes. Let's see if it needs to do a retest. Is there any reason on the lower time frame for it to come back? Yep, there we go. Little imbalance. I can see it coming back to my entry. And if it doesn't go straight from there, maybe that's an indication that it's not ready to take those highs. All of this has been used, well, this hasn't. So nice imbalance. It should just dip into there and go. We've got a 5-minute candle starting. So hopefully it just holds here and pushes off again. Let's see. Manage it tight. So far hasn't broke any of this. Let's see if we put a tight stop loss. What that looks like. Definitely reducing my risk now. My stop loss is where everyone else who's trying to catch this breakout is. Unfortunately. Let's hope it just goes and it doesn't mess around. Back to entry. Let's check how much I'm risking for the day. Okay, yeah, I'm okay with that. If it wants to take, like I said earlier, if you want to take this little $30 or so, go ahead. I'm okay with that. It's only $30. I'll make it back. Make it back. Me, originally from Nigeria, raising the UK, in London to be precise, and moved about a bit. But yeah, I'll say I'm more of a Londoner than anything right now. Okay, so it's done exactly what I anticipated and I didn't want it to do. So it should react from this imbalance here. If it's not reacting from that, it's just doing what NASDAQ does. It's going to come and run these stop losses before it does anything else. Maybe it gets down further. There's more imbalances down here. Really should be a break and retest. That's the break. Retest using this zone and push for those highs it's going for. But running highs is risky in itself. I may cut this for a small loss because I wanted it just to go and I don't want to be played with. So we're going to see what happens. If it doesn't react here and start breaking out again, I'll cut it for a reduced loss. I'm not interested in it coming down here. I want it just to go from here. So we'll see in the next 2 minutes. The next 5-minute candle should push out, and if it's not, it's not necessarily a break and retest, it's just entrapment. Yep. Like I said, it was a risky trade because it's just so obvious it's going to break out. Everyone's going to look for the breakout. Stop losses are definitely there. Then you got all of this inefficiency that it could happily dig into before it goes. So I think that's the play. But we're going to see. I'm going to give it 2 more minutes before I make a decision. If it's a break and retest, taps in here and it should go. Anything lower than this point here? Don't want to know. Let me see, maybe I'll adjust my stop loss. It should be, all of this should be safe. Yeah, if it comes further, it's coming. There's one intention. Okay, it's not doing it, getting ready to close this if it doesn't start moving. Let's see, and so this 5-minute candle is about to close. The next 5-minute candle, if you're not pushing it out, I'm gonna have to step away. It's like I've already made money today. I'm not trying to lose any because of your gains you like to play. I'm privy to, very privy to. So next 5-minute candle to make a decision. It should be pushing up from here, and if it doesn't, I'm out. I'm not interested. Okay, that's NASDAQ in. That's NASDAQ in. Okay, I'm closing the position. Taking a reduced loss. I don't trust it. Stop loss is underneath here. It's a very strong argument to see it coming down for it. And I'm not selling it. Still believe it takes those highs, but it's a question of when. And right now it doesn't seem to want to do it when I want it to do it. So we're going to wait, see if there's another trade that makes any sense. Okay, so that makes sense to me, the DAX one. Okay, it's a risky trade as well, but I like DAX today. DAX have been good to me. I'm going to take the DAX quick sell. Try to drive it to that low. Doing exactly what I wanted it to do today, so I want to see it just drive down. There's no reason for it to go up, and if it does go up, I may consider taking a loss, a small loss, but it should just get the move down here, put some size on it, so probably make back what I lost from the NASDAQ trade, and I should hold it for these lows. That'll be a really nice trade. Okay, so H1, feel this imbalance. I can see that got some key price points here, should react to. But I can see it filling this and getting underneath here and maybe there. So I don't know. Let's go hold it, see if this continues. So hold here, flagged. This should be a continuation pull, at least get down there. It's all of a sudden slow now, but again. Okay, so I'm not doing what I want. I'm going to wait and put my stop loss in and adjust it. Be patient now. 3, 4, 3, 3, 5. Oh. 139. Covering this imbalance. It's come and filled it already. Used this pivot point, gone. Let's see. Show the H1 lows. Yeah, it should be there. Just gonna troll these H1 highs. Got some size on this. Really bad entry. I'm just looking for a quick drive down. Maybe get some more if volume kicks in. Maybe volume's gonna kick in the next 30 minutes. Let's see. $23,926. Okay. Arguable, this is just a pullback, but what I anticipated has happened. Breaks these highs, create a reversal, and starts trending down, or yeah, it's trending down. Yeah, fair to say. And it's coming from highs. So where's the money at? Lots of lows here. Gap in the market. Just see it heading for Monday's lows, maybe. There's a lot of resistance here with the price action here that it broke. Could come down here to use it as support and continue, or it breaks through. To break through, we need to see some volume. So maybe it's not today, does it? But where it is, I expect it to get down a little bit further before there's any kind of break in structure, anything like that. Market's very quiet right now. I'm just going to trail down the H1 lows and see if we could get down further. Just be patient now. So I think win or lose, this will be the trade for stream, because I don't see anything else happening. Yeah, gold is going sideways. NASDAQ is very slow. That breakout was rubbish. It's pulled back in now. It looks like it wants to break out. Maybe I was impatient, but lows, these lows here, my stop loss now. Should have just broke out straight. You're teasing. Now it's breaking out. Now it's breaking out. Okay, cool. Can't let me down now, DAX. Can't let me down. There's pressure on you now. NASDAQ's making you look bad. Being a lot more reliable. Come on, DAX. DAX is trending on M5. Slow trend down, pushing, pulling in, pushing out. No real inefficiency for it to address, so there's no reason it doesn't get down further. We'll see how far it could go. So what I may do, get some partials, leave a runner. Don't need to do too much today, but I do need to preserve my wins I made this morning. So let's see what we could get with this drive. All right, must you? There you go. Yeah, there. So what I would like to do with this trade here is hold it until near the close of the H1 candle. See how far it wants to drive out. the next H1 candle could lead to some kind of a reversal and start headed back up towards my stop loss. So not asking for much, but the volume's not there. There's no news. There's not much volume. Just have to be patient and see if we could get this drive down. If not, so be it. Let's switch back over to NASDAQ. Nothing's happening here. NASDAQ looking to push out again. Should have been patient. This looks like it's done. Euro trade to run these lows looks like that's what's gonna happen. Looking very heavy. So I said the reaction from here had a little tagged into that zone and pushed down again. So maybe that's it done. It's gonna get underneath those lows and go put some size on that and get this drive, but I'm gonna leave it alone. What's going on with this guy? As soon as I get in. Let's see. Hmm. 20 minutes left. Let's see. How it would like to proceed. Should get this drive out. This isn't a reversal. This isn't a low. This isn't a breakout. Would expect some kind of a breakout before any signs of a reversal. This is slow. Equal lows. Should get a drive out before it tries to come back up. Maybe we'll start moving when I'm not looking at it. Switch over to NASDAQ. See if NASDAQ's taking those low highs yet. So expecting NASDAQ to take 21,482 as a minimum today. Should be now, should have been 10 minutes ago when I was in it, but as you can see, everything's been a bit slow. If this DAX doesn't start moving, I might have to close it, you know. I might be impatient again. Just I don't want to lose anything on me today. Let's see what that looks like. See what that looks like. No, too tight. $60. Live with that. Tagging in there. 150. Let's see what the H1 is. Okay, I've got the H1 high still in effect, and it's attempting to break its current high. Let's see if it does. I should be worrying to see this turn into buying pressure. This turns over here, it could then pull in and go. So it came in, came out, and it's trended out. There's no reason for it to do this other than to reverse and start going up. So it's not doing what I wanted as soon as I got in. I'm gonna wait. I really wanted to see the end of this candle close to make a decision, but right now it's really testing my patience. I'll make a decision after this 5-minute candle. If it's not here, I just don't know where it's going to be. It should be at this point here, acting as resistance right here, and continuous drive down should be right there. Don't want to see it above here, don't want to see it back in the zone. Definitely not here. Could happen though. Got an imbalance here. I could refer to before it drives down, but that's just too close to my stop loss. It needs to happen this next 5 minutes. Drive down. I'm gonna leave it alone. Take another small loss. I'm happy to take small losses if need be. And if the market's not moving, the market's not moving. Okay, so Nasdaq's taking that high. Should have been patient with that. Note to self. And I'm gonna wait to see, be a bit more patient with this DAX one now, and see if I get rewarded this time for my patience or not. It's got 5 minutes. I want to see it back down here, and then the next 5-minute candle to push it out, coming close to the close of the candle, H1 candle, and I would expect price to be down here at least before any signs of a reversal. Let's see. Very slow today, DAX, all of a sudden. Oh, flag. No real inducement, no. So supposed to get this drive out. This should drive out. If it's not driving out, I need to question this trade. Glad I didn't jump in, try to sell that. This imbalance here could be the objective, just to come down to fill that. Break this now. Let's see where the H1 high is. So H1 high here. So if this sticks around here and then the next H1 candle breaks this high, then argument for its reversal to continue creating new highs. So breaks this high, attempts to break this high and pushes into this next supply zone to test it. And if it doesn't hold, we're looking at this. I feel like this isn't a reversal, this is just a pullback. I think that was Monday. So I said yesterday, I can see price getting from here, this zone, holding in here, doing a reversal, and potentially this could be what that is, and pushes up. Okay, so DAX is not doing what I want it to do, and it's trying to break structure. And if it attempts to continue, I'm going to have to close the trade for a small loss. Two more minutes for this candle. Yeah, 2 more minutes for this candle. It's structuring poison. It's structuring, getting ready for a potential reversal, and I'm not interested in that. That's why I need to see the volume kick in and get this breakout. This is not a low for reversal, so I should get this breakout, but it's a new instrument I'm trading, so the price action may be different to what I'm used to, and that's what I'm trying to take into account, especially around this time. So if it did something like this, for instance, so it pulled up, drove out here, came up here, went there, didn't break this low and start pushing up, then I'll be like, yeah, that's potential reversal from a low like this, like a rejection. But with this, that was that 4. Yeah, it's like this isn't a real rejection, it's just slow price action. So I expect a drive through, and that's what I'm waiting for. And if I saw that, then I'll be like, okay, no, it's not a good entry. But hopefully this is just slow price action. That's the case. Okay, so there you go. Look at that. Just shy. I mean, that's what I don't like about NASDAQ. Everyone's expecting it to take those highs, I'm guessing. I'm not the only one that saw it. Just shy of it, pushing back down. It could hold and push out again, but again, stop losses here. That's why I thought, okay, I just wanted this with momentum to go through it, but because it wasn't doing that, I'm not with it. So this is a break and retest. Stop loss is definitely underneath there. Let's go. Stop loss is definitely underneath there. I can see it just getting underneath there, and that's why I said no, I'm not here for the games. NASDAQ. Okay, DAX is back in my direction. Okay, hold on, slow down, slow down, slow down. What's going on? Okay, back there. There you go. Press the wrong button. Okay. So I'm looking for exit now. Let's get back to this. Let's get back to work. Stalled, messed around, play with my patience. Let's see what's going to happen now. Should get the drive. We've got 10 minutes left. Should get the drive in this next 10 minutes. See how far it wants to drive down to. Then, yeah, like I said, I don't want to be in this trade for the next H1 candle. Don't know what could happen there. Let's get this drive. Come on. That's where I want it to be. Okay. I'm going to take a little piece. I'm going to move to break even, see if I could get, at least reduce my risk. I'm going to throw the last H1 candle, reducing my loss. I would like to move to break even. Normally when I take partials, I move to break even, but as you can see, break even's right there. Actually, I'm going to call it. That's fine. I didn't need much from there. It gave me exactly what I wanted. My break even would definitely get taken from there, right? Because there's a nice imbalance there. I can see it just pulling back in, break even, get taken. So it's not ideal. I told you, like I said, I prefer to be up there, but as it was so close to the price point I would expect a reaction from, I'm not gonna hold it, try hope it breaks it. I just want to get that scalp. It done exactly what I wanted it to do. Don't need any more. So another win for the day. Doesn't seem like much, but I am up more than 0.5%, 0.5%, 0.5% on today, and it's been simple enough trades like this. So slowly increasing and growing the account. Look at that. That's break and retest. You can't just, if you trade based on just break and retest, yeah, you may get the break, but you have to understand that's your stop loss is there. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. I mean, if you've been trading after 3-4 months, everyone knows your stop loss is there. So you could just take your stop loss and go after, which is so frustrating to see. Or it could be a start of a reversal. So that's why it's kind of dangerous. Even though we had the target in mind, or even though it was so close to running it, it doesn't mean it's going to. Now I could get underneath here, and tag into this imbalance, and later it does the move. So that's why I don't want to stick around for it. I wanted that drive. I wanted that really, but it just gave me that. So that's why I took the small loss instead. Didn't want to stick around for this. This is enough to trigger you. This is enough to make you emotional. and I don't want to be in that space. As you can see, trying to take nice relax approach. So that stop loss is gone. I'm not really a fan of that setups like that. Look at this buy I had yesterday. I closed it because I had overtraded. When I saw US30 just dropping down, for this is clear dip. So I tried to buy it. I got it right at the bottom. Just, I'm gonna zoom in. Got it right at the bottom. Just anyway, shouldn't have been doing that anyway. So bad trading habit of mine, trying to catch the lows. Not gonna do that anymore. So that being said, Nasdaq could still push up at this point to take those highs. It's so close to it, but as you can see, Nasdaq likes to play games. Let's see what gold's doing. Gold hasn't moved for the whole hour, has it? If you're trading gold, let me know. Has it moved? Because gold has not moved, in my opinion. This last hour, it's not gone anywhere. Yeah, it's done nothing. Those in the chats, let me know what you're trading, what you're looking at, and have a look. Share my thoughts. Maybe we'll see the same thing. Maybe not. FTSE is coming for this gap now. I would expect it to get here at least. That's why I've got this marked out. So sometimes, I mean, sometimes you can read price section, but you don't necessarily need to trade it. Just mark it out. And remember, okay, this worked. Yeah, this didn't make sense. You saw why it didn't make sense. Big gap. This is a reversal. I want to see it get back there. I was selling it there. Stop loss should be above there. Massive range, so not ideal. But the move is right. It's coming down. So just mark it out and just, that's the next best thing, I guess. Don't need to catch them all. This isn't Pokemon. Okay, look at that. Now it's moving. Now that I'm out of the move. But I did say I wanted to see the H1, so 5 minutes. This is the last 5 minute candle. It'll push a little bit more. Makes a lot of sense. And destination, again, back to what I was saying, you don't need to be in the move all the time. You could just get a piece and be okay with it. But I could see destination being to run these lows and potentially get back down here. Question of when. When. Let's see if it's still trending and if it affects the trend for it to get down there. I feel like DAX has overdone it anyway. It's overbought. There's another massive gap here. Another gap there. That gap was filled. That gap was filled. Gaps tend to get filled. So maybe it needs to get to a price point in particular. Start reversing, start coming for these gaps. So if I see this start coming down, I'm targeting these gaps in the market. I expect it to be filled. Gaps in the market to me are unfulfilled orders. And if price is efficient, it should come back to fill those orders at some point. Question of when. Okay, so I was targeting this as the price action where to see this react to, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit further down. I would argue it's here now, and that should have been my TP. Completely fill this imbalance, tap this Monday's highs and react to that. The next H1 candle is not likely to reverse this. This is a reversal, and for it to reverse it, it needs to come up quite high. You need to break up this high, and there is no volume in the market currently. So I would be inclined to believe that because it's so close to all the liquidity that's here, all these unfulfilled orders that was generated on Monday, even though it was a bank holiday, you were able to still trade, and maybe there were some orders placed, people trying to take trades, and maybe even caught this breakout. I would argue price wants to get back there and maybe underneath there, and that is a stronger argument than seeing a reversal, breaking structure and continuation of the trend on a day like this where there's no volume, no news catalyst. Maybe it's time price just cleans up some of the inefficiency. So I argue that's a stronger probability than a reversal, but I'm not going to hold it onto there. Took my scalp, took my win, and that's that. So obviously not advice, just what I think was happening. So same with Euro USD. I said, I think at the beginning of the stream, these equal lows here generated, popped up, tagged into this supply zone, gave a little reversal here, broke structure, wanted the entry from up here, but obviously it was not streaming then, so I missed out. And expected a reaction from here, got it already, didn't do anything. So now it's pushing back down. I would assume now it's looking a bit heavy. It gets underneath this. This is a reversal in itself with a breaker structure, but it was a reversal with a equal low. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Not the kind of reversals I like to see. I like to see it independent like this. There you go. Nice, clean, independent, low. Yeah. No stop losses there. Well, if you read price action like me, maybe there are stop losses there. But yeah, catch a move like this. That's what you're looking at, right? Catch a move like this, maybe it's just a pullback to tag into what's going on here. So I'm inclined to look for a sell from there, but yeah, not going to do that. Too risky. Trying to run lows and highs again. Same thing I said on NASDAQ. Too risky. Try to run them, and if you're going to try run them, you need to be very conscious of where your stop loss is, because I'm pretty sure everyone else's stop loss and the market makers are aware where your stop loss is. So it's a very easy way to make money by running these lows. So miss those highs, run these lows, and now it's free to go. It's free to go. Unless it wants to fill this in balance here. Who knows? So far, nothing else I can see. Everything's moving very slow today. There is, okay, so news should have just been, well, there is FOMC. Was that FOMC? Let's just check. Let's not misquote it. The news catalyst. There is FOMC speech today. Shouldn't be high impact, but you never know. Maybe the maybe the market needs something, and it could just attach itself to anything to justify some price action. But we never know. We'll see. But I don't expect much to happen now, at least while I'm streaming. As soon as it's becoming a trend. As soon as I'm streaming, everything's quiet. As soon as I step out of stream, it starts moving again. But yeah, I'm trying to dedicate maybe just an hour and a bit to stream so I don't overdo it and catch a case of burnout. Happy with what I'm doing so far. And if you are, hit the like button, support the channel. I'll continue my streams. I'll still be here every day. Gonna stream both sessions for this week and see how I feel next week, if I can do it. It's giving me a nice routine. I do enjoy the routine. Do enjoy jumping on stream with you guys, catching up with you guys. So that's good. Good afternoon. Yeah, man. I'm working, man. Starting to feel like work. I've been here for over an hour. Yeah, started just before. So approaching the end of the session, gonna go chill out, jump in the hammock. Few minutes before I go and pick up the boys and get ready for tomorrow, I guess. But yeah, caught another trade. I don't know if you saw it. I tried to catch this breakout with NASDAQ. Oh, so the whipping post. Remember what I said when you were looking at this out? Remember I said, I'm not sure. You were looking at it. I think it was here. I'm not sure, right? If you did sell it, you would have got a piece. But this is what I was concerned about. Those highs, those equal highs, and then the high above. So I don't know. Did you take it? If you did, hopefully you got your, you got your move. I know you manage your risk well, so maybe you got something from that. But from this is inclined to push around these lows, like I said, and maybe later in the day it pushes higher. But yeah. Yeah. Slow grind today. Yep. I'm cool today. Don't see anything else happening. Would not be surprised. So I mean, would not be surprised if these lows get taken from euro. Don't trust it for a reversal. DAX, hard to say. Maybe continues for those lows, at least sometime this week. Like to see UK fill this gap before I even consider anything. FTSE, sorry. Fill this gap before I consider anything with FTSE. And maybe that's why this is pushing down, because they are correlated. Maybe this was just ahead of the curve with this reversal, and DAX has just done its own little one there, and they're both coming to fill up the inefficiency from Monday that they created. Okay, and then gold. I don't know, gold is hard to say. I'll be back tomorrow to assess. It looks like it's in the middle range. That's a high, that's a low, and it's caught in the middle. Maybe more back and forth. Maybe it gets back here and goes like that before it breaks out or breaks down. So maybe some sideways price action with gold. And I expect NASDAQ to eventually break out of this zone. Question of when. And I have completely no read on US30. But anyway, let's see the other thing. Okay, cool. So you should see some price action on NASDAQ soon then. But yeah, definitely market open. Probably the volume alone would just spike through to run that high, which is desperately trying to do. It just hasn't got the momentum. But yeah, that's all for me today, people. I'll be back London session tomorrow, bright and early, and I'll be back again for the New York session. If you've enjoyed the stream, let me know. Hit the like button, support the channel. Appreciate the work. Not a lot of people actually trade with their account balance visible and takes live trades. It's very rare, very rare. If you appreciate that, let me know. Hit the like button, support the channel. Continue. This is Patrick signing out. Until next time. Peace.